Would you like a really compact iron farm that works in Minecraft 1.16? If so, this is the video for you. You can see the farm behind me, how small it is, how awesome it is, and there's a golem there who's about to face his doom. Stick around, I'm going to show you how to build it. Hello everyone, my name is Scoutmouse and welcome back to my test world and welcome back to another one of my Minecraft tutorials. This is my first big tutorial in Minecraft 1.16, so if you like this video, make sure that you give it a like, give it a comment and subscribe if you've not done so already. So behind me you can see, whoa, let's fix the camera, you can see my new iron farm design, which makes use of the new spawner mechanics that were implemented in Minecraft 1.16. Villagers no longer need workstations. They need to be able to sleep and they need to be able to see a zombie. This guy in here going backwards and forwards, that is Terry, Terrifying Terry as he's become known. As you can see, he is scaring these villagers. But because Terry has got a couple of blocks at either end of his rail here that break the line of sight, that means that when it goes dark, that the villagers are able to sleep only for a minute, not literally a minute, only for a quick second, and then Terry will scare them again and they will jump out of bed and the golems will spawn up on the platform above them there. It is really simple to build. It is really easy to build. Early game, you could build this entirely out of cobblestone if you wanted. The glass is decorative. You don't actually need the glass. We've got some gold will be needed for the rails, but I'm sure you will have enough gold to build a couple of rails on you by just one mining expedition, and you're going to need one hopper, which is a bit of iron. Other than that, everything is really easy to build. So let's have a look at how to do this. So the size of the area you're going to need and the resources you're going to need are showing up on your screen right now. You're going to need just over 3 stacks of whatever building block you're choosing to build this in. You're going to need 36 slabs that probably you'll want them to be the same as the building block you were using. We want just over a stack of glass. We want 4 beds. We want 1 hopper, 6 powered rails, 1 minecart, 1 lever, 8 signs. They can be any wood that you like, 2 chests, 4 buckets of water and 1 bucket of lava. So I've color coded this area just so we can see clearly where each different pod is gonna go. We've got the kill chamber in red, we've got the zombie chamber in blue and the villager chamber in green. The first thing we want to do though is make an area that is 20 blocks by 19 blocks in a non-spawnable block. Now there's different ways you can do this. You could put lower slabs down, you could put leaf blocks. Personally, I think the easiest and quickest way to do it is to get yourself a shovel and right click on all the grass blocks and make them into path blocks like so, and they are non-spawnable because we need to make sure areas where golems can spawn are not spawnable, just so we can control where they are going to spawn. We only want them to spawn in the water at the top. Okay, and we are going to start by making the kill chamber here in red, and we're going to start by coming to this area here and place our 2 chests. We're going to come behind and we're going to crouch click and put a hopper going into the back of it like that. Now what we're going to do there is just fill the rest of this bottom layer in blocks, whatever building block of your choice, and then we're going to put a little wall around it like so, and then we're going to put, where's my glass, then we're going to put a bucket of water in that far corner and then glass blocks on top of the chest. And that'll mean anything that goes in that water will end up in the hopper and in the chest. nice and simples. What we're then going to want to do is build this one more layer high on 3 of the edges. We're going to leave this back edge for now because we need this space to be able to walk, and we're going to get our 8 signs. And what we're going to do is we're going to place signs along here, and then we're going to crouch click and place another sign in front of each of those signs. Okay, and now we're just going to finish this last wall here, and then we'll build this up another layer. And then we'll get our bucket of lava. And we're going to place that on either of these 2 blocks here, and then the lava will flow and fill this entire area. And that is the kill chamber complete. If you wish to make this bit visible, then you can take your glass and add it around. I just tend to do it around the 3 edges that are visible, and then add some more blocks to that front edge, like so. So, for our zombie chamber, we're going to make sure we leave a gap of 1 block, and this is all going to be non-spawnable blocks, as we've already talked about. And I'm just going to place a line of blocks going all the way along here, and then I'm going to come out to this side, and I'm going to go up 3, and then I'm going to come in 1 there, and I'm going to put my rails going there like that, and then I'm going to place a block there and place the last rail. Now I'm going to come around the other side, and I'm going to block this area off with glass too high. Again, the glass is all cosmetic. I like to be able to see what's going on in my farms. Now you'll notice that I've left this rail open at this side, and that is so we can get a zombie in there. But what we're going to do first is just lay a line of blocks there like so, and we're going to place our lever on that block, and we can give it power like that. So now we need to get a zombie into this chamber, which is not as difficult as people think. So let's talk about how we're gonna do that. So it's night time now, and you guys can see I've switched my game mode into survival because I want to show you guys it's really not as hard as people make out to get a zombie. What I'm gonna do is spawn a zombie in, and then I'm gonna trap him in this boat. So we'll spawn him in, and he's gonna see me in a moment and follow me. Wait for him to get close, pop a boat, he will sit in that boat. Okay, now all we want to do is lay some tracks going around the boat. So I've built this rail system around the zombie in the boat. Give the minecart a nudge, so that's just going to go round and round. Then all we need to do is break this boat. So it will take a bit of messing just to make sure that you don't hit the zombie. Now what we want to do is get close enough so he starts trying to come to get us, and he will be silly enough. Come on dude, sometimes you might have to run around a bit. There we go, he's now been caught in the minecart, and now all we would need to do is redirect those tracks all the way over into here so that we can get him in there. So let me relay the tracks and we'll do that now. The track is laid, a few powered tracks to give it a bit of juice to get over here. And what I've done, I've replaced a couple of these powered rails with normal rails. And that is just so it doesn't go up there and come all the way back. What we'll do, it'll come down onto the powered rail. We'll then replace these normal rails with powered. And then we'll put the blocks up the side and we can turn it back on. Easy peasy. But it's important at this point, and you may as well do it now while he's there and he's all safe, is to give him a name with a name tag. We're going to call this guy subscribe, because that's what I want you guys to do next, is just click that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. So he is now named subscribe. Have I not got power going to this one? No. There we go. Now all I need to do is give him a bit of a nudge, and he should go straight in there. brilliant, just like we planned. And then we're going to knock out these normal rails. We're going to replace them with powered rails. Don't need that. We can clear that up in a minute. And we're going to make this 3 tall, same as the other side. Now, if we flick the switch and give him a nudge and get out the way, he will just go backwards and forwards for the rest of his life. And that is our zombie area complete. We're ready now to build our villager chamber. All I've done over here is just pop a few blocks above the zombie's head so he doesn't burn up in the sun, and turn the tracks off. That is just so the noise doesn't annoy us while we're doing this next bit. First thing we want to do is get our blocks and go right round the outside of the area we've defined for our villager chamber. And we're then going to lay our 4 beds down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in these 4 blocks here, we need to make sure these are non-spawnable. So I'm going to knock that wall out, replace it with grass, and then make them path blocks. They are now non-spawnable. What I am going to do now is block this off here so that when we get our villagers in, they don't start spawning golems just yet. We don't want that to happen yet. So I've just brought this wall level with what we've already got there, and now let's just make this a bit prettier here. Now our villager chamber is complete. We can put our villagers in there, and you can move villagers around in a similar way to what we did with our zombie friend there. And there will also be a card appearing in the top corner of your screen, which will take you to one of my videos where I explain the best ways to move villagers around and get them in here. So once we've got our villagers in, we're going to come up to the top and we're going to fill this area in. You may want to add some light inside for them, a couple of lanterns or torches. If you want to do that, now is the time. And then we're just going to fill in this area here. Earlier on, I did build this up 1 block too much, but I've just taken that down now. And then I'm just going to now add a wall right around the edge and link that up to there. And obviously, you can probably tell by now, this is going to be where our water will run. So we're going to need 4 buckets of water. Or 3. You can do it with 3. You can go 1 there, 1 there, and then 1 there. And that'll make sure we've got water sources all along the edge there. And they will flow down and stop just before the lava. Okay, so now we need to bring this up another couple of blocks, as you can see over there. I'm going to do it the same as I've done over there because I think it looks quite cool, which was just to have a normal block and then ring it with glass, because golems can jump a fair bit, so we need to make sure these guys aren't going to try and jump up. Now, it's at this point we want to make sure we've got our slabs handy, because we want to ring this entire top area with our slabs. And these are going to make sure that this area is non-spawnable, which will mean if we've built this correctly, the only areas where golems can spawn is in this water here. And in this water, they will then trickle down into the lava where they will get burnt to a crisp and then drop their lovely iron into this chest. So this thing now, providing we get our villagers in there, is complete. So let me just put some villagers in and then we will knock the wall down and make sure this thing is working. Our villagers are in there. I've sent our zombie going backwards and forwards like he's supposed to be. Now all we need to do is break down this wall, replace that last block there, and these guys should start getting a bit scared. And there we have a golem straight away down, easy peasy. And they will spawn a new golem every 30 seconds, as long as there is no golem within 16 blocks of them. Okay, so this farm is now complete, but there are a couple of things we can do to make this a little bit more efficient. If you just want a really simple iron farm for your solo world to give you enough iron to chug along with, this will do perfectly for you. If you want to improve the efficiency of the farm, then that's what we're going to talk about next. The first change we can make to make this more efficient is, see the way this guy's just stood here at the moment? He's not going down into lava, even with the water flow being as it is. If we replace the blocks under his feet with packed ice, then that will encourage him to slip down a bit easier into the lava. Even without the ice, after a few seconds, he will, he will start to move. He will end up in the lava. There we go. As soon as the water gets hold of him, it will send him down there. But let me get some packed ice here. So I've replaced this entire floor area now with packed ice. And that'll mean when the golems spawn, they will slip down a little bit better than if it was just, normal blocks. It is possible they will still just stand here and do nothing. Let's see what this next guy does when he appears. So this guy just went straight down, nice and easy. But sometimes they will just stand here waiting for a minute before they take a step, and then the water grabs hold of them. But if we want to try and make them move a little bit quicker, what we can do is add another little friend onto the end here. So let me do that now, and then we'll talk about it. What I've done here is add a little chamber at the end by the lava, which has got another zombie in there. What this is going to mean is when the iron golems see the zombie, they are going to go striding over there to try and whack him to protect the villagers, which will mean there's a lot less chance of them getting hung up and just standing around. See the way that guy just went marching over there? Straight to his doom. Nice and simple, and this really does make a big difference. I found this improved the efficiency by around about 20%. I was getting about 4 stacks an hour normally. With this change, that went up to about 5 stacks. So it can make a big change, but it is a little bit more of a pain because you're having to get another zombie. The last efficiency change that you can make to this thing to speed it up is to move your kill chamber from being here. Just remove the lava and dig it down into the ground about 20 blocks. These villagers will check for a golem in an area of 16 blocks. So if you can move the golems away from this area as quickly as possible, then there's more chance of them spawning another guy much quicker. So by adding a drop here, he's just going to fall down into your drop and have your lava down at the bottom there. Have the same setup, just further down into the world, about 20 blocks. And then he will fall down there, and they will spawn another golem as soon as that one is more than 16 blocks away and the counter has expired. It's about 30 seconds that they check if they need another guy. And there's another one marching down into the lava. Away he goes. And this thing is really productive, and I much prefer this design to my last one, which was really successful, but it had a bit of redstone, so it was a bit more fiddly. So I am really happy with this design. And that, everyone, is my new iron farm for Minecraft 1.16. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe if you've not done so already, and make sure you give this video a like, tell your friends, and leave a comment down below. And I will see you all in the next video. Scouse Mouse out.